How we doing? I know, man. The schedule's kind of weird. What's the term that we used on the last episode? Wonky or something like that. But yeah, the schedule's been kind of weird. But people have been out of town, and I've been going through some things. But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna update everybody on this episode. How you doing? My name is DJ E-Rock. Box Kev is not in studio. I'm in studio, but we're trying something different. We're gonna be responsible today. And I've been around like 1,000 people, or maybe 10,000 people, actually, to be honest. Kev just got back from a trip from Europe, so we're gonna try to do this with everything going on and try to be responsible. Kev, how you feeling over there, man? You good? This is kind of weird,
Great.
right?
No, it is, but I mean, shit, this is almost too comfortable. I mean, I can't get used to this. But first of all, why do you have a styrofoam cup? Like, what is in there? What are you
It's
going
coffee,
through?
man.
In a styrofoam cup? What is this, the
Yes.
office?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, this is what I do for a living, man. Come on.
I've
You
never,
know?
I haven't seen coffee in a styrofoam cup since like Boomerang, like 1987.
It's like we work at the Daily Bugle or something like that, like,
For real, man.
hey, you know what? It's good coffee. They have good coffee here at Sticky Paw Studios. So
Oh, okay. So that's house coffee. Got it.
it's
Got it.
house
Just wanted to
coffee,
make sure.
yes.
I just want to make sure you weren't going through something, double cup love or anything like that.
What the hell is double cup love? I've never heard that before in my life.
That's Drake says that in the song, "Double Cup Love." You the one I fiend for, like talking about Sprite and the scissor thing. Come on, man.
Have you heard the new album yet?
My Uber driver actually today was playing it when I got in the car.
What are your
I
thoughts?
I heard like three songs. It's not the typical Drake album that we're used to,
It's
but
different.
yeah, I can't comment on it one way or another. I haven't heard the whole thing. I've seen a lot of comments about it. People were basically saying that the album title basically just summed up the entire album, which was like, forget it, never mind, like, or whatever the title's called. Like they were like, But I'm gonna give it a listen. I mean, I heard that there's only one feature on there, which is a 21 Savage feature.
I mean,
Everything
he's
else
pretty
is
much
all
like the
Drake.
entire song, which is weird. It's like he's the feature,
Right.
but he actually does the song. It's almost like a Drake presents 21 Savage like record. It's weird. It's
Well,
very weird.
they said that the album was Drake's ode to Virgil,
Yes.
which
And obviously, the vibe is obviously very different. It's actually
yeah,
classified as a dance album.
it's a dance
Yeah.
album. The three songs I heard were very dancey.
Mhm.
Like that shit's gonna go off in Vegas for sure. You're definitely adding that into your Serato and
Well-
playing that at the light.
Well, Gordo, aka who used to be Carnage, produced 6 records on Drake's new album.
Oh, good for him. That's some good placement right there.
So yeah, good for him. They actually called me one day and told me about it. I kept it under wraps, but we're probably going to have Gordo talking about how it was to work with Drake and all that other stuff. We're probably going to have him on the podcast in the next couple weeks. So
That'd be big, man. Timing would be great.
yeah,
for sure.
man. So you went to Europe. How was it?
I did.
Tell us about it.
It was amazing, man. It was amazing. I went with my brother DJ Amen, his girlfriend, and Adam or Amen's sister. The four of us went, had a great time. We started out in Paris. We did everything that Paris has to offer. Obviously, the Eiffel Tower. We went to the Louvre and saw the Mona Lisa. We did just all the sightseeing stuff. We went to Disneyland Paris, which, let me just get this out of the way. Anybody who goes to Paris, do not make a special trip to go to Disneyland Paris.
Is it mid?
So trash.
No way.
Trash. It was so trash. I mean, it is literally like a bootleg version of the one that we have in LA. It looks exactly the same. The layout's the same. You walk in, you got Main Street.
I mean, what's so bad about it though? What makes it so bootleg?
So just things that you would get at a normal Disneyland, like, a bunch of different food options, different rides and attractions. Like, they don't have that. Apparently, Disneyland Paris has been the Disneyland that has struggled for the longest. So they don't have as much money to, I guess, reinvest in the park. So, your signature stuff that you would get at the one in LA, like your turkey legs or your churros, they don't got none of that shit. Obviously,
they got styrofoam cups.
They got styrofoam cups and they got crepes. But I wasn't about to get a crepe at fucking Disneyland. I'm like, I'm in Paris. If I want to get a crepe, I'll just go to a place in Paris, which I did. I ate many of them. But yeah, a lot of rides were broken down and shut down. There was the whole fast pass situation was a nightmare. Like I said, no good food options, no good souvenirs. Like I feel like an asshole. I promised my niece that I would bring her back like a Disneyland Paris shirt or something like that. We walked around to like 15 different souvenir shops. They didn't have anything good inside these Disneyland Parises. They had just like generic Disneyland shit that you could go get at the Disney store. Like nothing that like would, say that it was Disneyland Paris, which is like, that's what you would want. Something that shows that you were actually at a different one than the one, we normally go to. So all in all, that portion was like kind of a downer, but we're glad we did it. We had a good time.
At least you got it out of the way.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that was Paris. Then we jumped over to Rome. Rome was Italy in general, but yeah, we started out in Rome. Rome was absolutely fucking incredible.
Is that where like the Colosseum and like the Leaning Tower is at and everything?
No, the Leaning Tower is in Pisa. That's why it's the Leaning Tower of Pisa. A lot of people think it's pizza, but it's Pisa, Pisa.
Duly noted.
But yeah, the Roman Colosseum is there. The Spanish Steps, the Pantheon. Just a bunch of, and the food, you cannot get a bad meal in Italy. I mean, even the McDonald's out there, we didn't go to McDonald's. Actually, Amen's sister and his girlfriend did go to get like a cappuccino, but you walk into the McDonald's and they got like a full blown like bakery and like the heavy duty, like espresso machines. It's not like the ones out here. Like they got some crazy stuff. So we didn't eat there. But,
no homeless.
There was a little bit in Rome, but not nowhere to the extent that we're used to, like, in the Bay Area or Vegas or LA or pretty much anywhere else in the world at this point. But yeah, we did that, ate a bunch of food, did all the touristy stuff, the Roman Colosseum tour. Oh, the Vatican. That was, if a lot of people have asked me, like, since I've been back, like, what's been or what would you say was like your favorite part? It's honestly really hard to pinpoint and just pick just one. But even people that aren't religious, like you walk into the Vatican and that first kind of sight when the doors kind of open up and you see how grand it is, like you can't help but kind of feel like this kind of spiritual connection, if you will. Like I legit walked in and like the hair on the back of my neck stood up and I was just like, oh my God. Now, granted, like I'm Catholic, I was raised Catholic and, I go to church when I have time. So maybe it hit a little bit different for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, even, anybody, if you want to just see something that is so grand and the intricate detail and just how fucking beautiful this building was.
I like how you talk about the Vatican. Yo, the Vatican's fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I mean,
like, yo, you shouldn't even. Beautiful. I mean, it's like cussing in church. You can't do that, man.
Well, you can. You just, you probably shouldn't. But I'm not. I didn't say. I didn't say I was a good Catholic. I just said I am a Catholic. But yeah, that was absolutely incredible. And then it went from there. We literally left the Vatican, went straight to the Roman Colosseum, did like a 5-hour tour, which we didn't know was going to be 5 hours. And it was like 100 degrees outside. We walked like crazy all around. We saw like a tour of the Roman Forum, which is kind of like all of the area around the Colosseum where all the original, like kind of palaces and stuff was built. We paid for like an upgraded tour where we actually got to go underneath the Colosseum, which is not open to the public. Yeah, you can't buy a ticket for that. Like if you go up to the Colosseum, you have to literally do it through a private tour. So we got to go underneath the Colosseum, kind of see how that whole situation looked, where they used to kind of house the gladiators before they would go in, where they would keep the animals. It was amazing. So yeah, that was Rome. Like I said, ate the most amazing food. Had gelato, I'm not even exaggerating, at least 2 times a day, if not 3 times a day.
How is the gelato out there compared to, obviously, here in Vegas? It's got to be just fucking crack out there.
It does not compare. It does not compare. Like, excuse me. It literally is on a whole nother level. There's just something about it. It's like just so smooth and like, the quality of ingredients that they're using out there. But yeah, it was crazy. And the good thing was, like, we were walking around so much, like averaging at least 10 miles a day, up hills, upstairs, in the heat, sweating, that like I ate like a complete jackass. Basically, like,
so, it balanced out
the last couple months. Yeah, exactly.
Did you say just eating like me the last couple months?
Yeah, basically how you've been eating for like the last couple months.
I've cleaned my act up. I've cleaned it up. We'll get to that though.
Instagram, yeah, you've been wilding on your Instagram stories, posting all the food, and then go ask, man, I wonder why I'm not feeling well. Like,
Yeah.
hello.
We'll get
Anyway,
to that though. We'll get to
yeah.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it kind of evened out. Like, I literally feel great. Like, I felt like I could eat all the pizza and pasta and gelato that I wanted, and like, it didn't really affect me.
Well, yeah,
But
you're
yeah,
walking 10 miles a day. You know what I mean? So it's like,
at
hey, I mean, you're
least,
getting
like I
at least
said,
like what, like 100,000 steps, you know? So
yeah,
you're
it was a
closing all the
lot.
circles on your Apple Watch, buddy.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, my watch was crushed. I mean, I set goals and new fucking benchmarks on my Apple Watch that I'll never ever obtain again. Um, but yeah, so we left Rome. We took a train from Rome to Naples, which was like probably like an hour and a half train ride. Went through Naples down to the Amalfi Coast in Sorrento, Positano, Capri, and that was kind of, which was dope
Sounds
because
incredible, man.
it was. I mean, because Paris and Rome were like go go go. You know, it's very touristy. It's a big city, so it's like there wasn't a whole lot of relaxing. You got to go out. We got to do the tours. We got to go to the museums. We got to do this. It was very go 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 go. So to kind of be able to end the vacation in the Amalfi Coast, where it was beaches and like just kind of chilling and like a much more laid back kind of vibe. It
Mm-hmm.
was just like the perfect way to end like the most incredible trip ever. And again, big shout out to my brother DJ Amen, his girlfriend Anna, his sister Melissa for rolling and kind of putting the whole thing together. I just told her what I wanted to do for my birthday. She kind of mapped it all out, scheduled everything, and we just went. And it's funny because you never know what it's going to be like when you travel with people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Amen's my brother. I've traveled with him actually and Anna like tons of times. We've never gone on this long of a trip together.
So you didn't know if like you guys would be killing each other by like, day
Right,
like 9
right.
or something like that.
Exactly.
So.
We didn't know what the dynamic was going to be like. And like the first two spots, Paris and Rome, we did Airbnbs. Obviously, everybody had their own rooms and whatnot. But like you're essentially living together at that point. You're roommates.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody had just positive energy. Everybody was just down for
People are
whatever.
grown and like everyone's
right.
in a good place in their lives.
Yeah.
Like no one wants to like wake up to like drama or like they
No.
want to keep all that shit out of their lives. Like so obviously, I mean the crew you had, like everyone had like good head on their shoulders, good attitudes.
For sure.
You know what I
Right.
mean? And obviously, like I said, like everyone was in a great place in their lives to where like they're not, they just don't want to deal with nothing. So that's a win-win right there.
It was an amazing trip, win-win for sure. I will say this though, this is crazy. I've always heard about like the luxury goods out there compared to what it is in America. Like obviously you go to Paris and I think it's called like the Chambry or whatever, which is the area where Louis Vuitton, Dior, Chanel, all of that stuff is. And remember, that stuff's made out there. When you get it in America, you're paying high import fees. You're getting taxed like a motherfucker.
I know where you're going now.
Bro, so I had no idea how crazy it was be. So me and Anna, Amen's girlfriend, we went down there and we did some shopping and bought some stuff. And like honestly, the amount of money that you save buying stuff out there. So the items are already discounted significantly. So for example, I bought like this like satchel bag thing because everybody was kind of scaring me about going to Europe. Even like the Uber drivers and people are telling you like, watch your pockets. There's a lot of pickpockets out here. So I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna get me like a packed bag kind of
chill
thing,
out.
put my shit in, right?
A, I come from America. B, I go to LA pretty fucking often. So
right. I wasn't necessarily tripping, but yeah, so I bought a few things at different stores, but one of the things I bought was this bag at Louis Vuitton, and it was like 1,200 euros, right? So and
then how much is that in US dollars?
It's not much. It's pretty kind of even at this point. So it was like $1,300 maybe. But that same bag in America is $2,000.
So you saved $700.
So actually, it was more. So the other thing that's crazy about Europe is they have duty-free tax. So essentially, when you go and buy something in Europe, you pay taxes just like we pay in America. But since you're not a citizen of that country, you pay the taxes to say Louis Vuitton. When you get to the airport, you get to claim that back. So they give you another refund. So it's like 12%.
Wow.
So basically,
so that's how duty free works.
Yeah, I had always seen like duty free in like the airports, but that was like for like alcohol and stuff like that. I didn't know like that it applied to like stuff that you bought while out in those in the countries or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's almost worth like flying out there. Like, granted, you're going to spend a lot of money on the flight and the hotel and all that, but like if there's something that you want, or there's like a few things that you want, like just you might as well just save, make a vacation out of it, and go out there and save yourself like thousands of dollars. And like, like remember when like the stores were like first opening out here in Vegas, and like the lines were crazy to get in like the Louis Vuittons and the Gucci's and all that. In Europe, they're even worse because
I'm about to say it's like an open game or something like that, or
bro, people are going there specifically for that purpose. So you have people, tons of people from Spain,
and these are from all around the world, and
right. And you got to think, Italy and Paris is a lot more centrally located for everybody in Europe. So like people can fly from London to Paris in like 2.5 hours, or from Spain in like an hour and a half, where for us it's like an 11-hour flight. So like if you think about it, like if you lived out in Europe and you had the ability to go out there and save that much money, like fuck it, I'll go get on a 2-hour flight to save,
put something on eBay
or whatever,
or whatever, so and like charge a premium for it. Like you can really break the bank doing that.
Oh, you can, and like that's what's kind of funny is like, and I don't even know if I should say this because I don't want to get myself in trouble, but so I bought that bag for the sole purpose, like I said, of like putting my phone and my wallet and stuff in there, to be worried about pickpockets. I didn't use it, like you said. Like I'm smart. I know how to move around people and be careful.
Box Kev don't need a merce. We don't need a merce. No merce here.
So I actually when I got back to Vegas on Tuesday, I went and returned it at the Louis Vuitton store in Vegas, and they gave me back like a US dollar amount. So instead of giving me the 1,200 euros, they gave me back like $2,100 for the bag. And I was like, damn, I just came up on this, and I kind of feel
that Bay
bad,
Area in you, man.
I mean, like I said,
hey,
there's
man,
a wiggle and there's a hustle. I'm about it.
That's that Bay Area, man. Come on.
For sure. But yeah, I mean, again, the trip was fucking amazing. I had a great fucking time, and I can't wait to go back.
I was talking to Amen when he first got back, because obviously we worked together at Real 92.3, and then, I asked him, I was like, hey, man, like, how was the trip? How was it? Was it good? He was like, bro, you need that one trip in your life. That's just like that big trip. This was that big trip for me. And it was just like, he was like super happy. I work with the guy every day. Sometimes he doesn't answer my phone calls, and when he doesn't, I know he's going through some shit. He answered my phone call at least probably like 6 times in one day. So I'm like, this guy fucking had a fucking time of his life.
Oh, he did. and speaking of phone calls, fucking Amen. Literally like day 2, we're in Paris. This fucking guy leaves his phone in a taxi.
Come on.
In a taxi, and lost his phone for the entire trip. So like he had like a couple.
Maybe that was like
the first day.
Maybe that was fate. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was.
He honestly said that like it was great for him to kind of like just unplug and not have his phone. But I mean, saying for me, I wouldn't have cared about like contact or like not being able to connect with people. But like he didn't have the ability to like take a bunch of pictures. So that's what was fucked up. I took a shit ton of pictures. People were asking me like, why aren't you posting more? Like, why aren't you posting more? And like, I was like, I just wanted to enjoy it. Like, I just wanted to take it all in. Like, I took a bunch of pictures. I didn't post a whole lot of them. But like, that was one of the things that he said he was like, bummed about, was that the whole picture situation. But like I said, I took a shit ton of pictures everywhere we went, and I gave him like all the pictures that I have. Mm-hmm. So, he's cool. He's cool now, and obviously got his phone back. But I was just like,
I mean, the guy goes through some crazy, crazy rigorous schedules, like literally like every day, and I mean, don't get me wrong, man. The man is blessed,
literally.
But I mean, maybe this was like something like, this was a sign. This was just literally like the universe saying like, yo, you really do need to take a break, man. And he got that break.
It was good for him.
Yeah, it's really good for him,
he did. He actually had to work one day while we were in Rome. He had to like schedule music because, as you know, he's like APD music
on
director.
Mondays.
For real, yeah. So he
had to send us our mix grades. Yeah.
On Monday he's like sitting in we're going out, and he's like, all right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. I got to work. So he stayed in the Airbnb and worked for a little bit. But it was only like a few hours of work. He got it done and was able to join us. But yeah, fucking Amen lost his phone in Europe.
Well, I'm glad you're back.
Phone too.
Back in Vegas. Same. You know what I mean? Same. Obviously, we're gonna wait some time because I've been around all. Oh my God, man! Like, I feel like I've done like so much traveling the last 2 weeks. So much has happened even in my life. Like since we did the last episode. I mean, dude, I had a health scare, which is crazy. I moved in a new house. I got a new dog, and man, I've probably traveled to at least like maybe like 6 cities. In between,
you've been moving. But
I definitely need one of those big trips. That's 110%. For sure. You know what I mean? So,
And I'm not even gonna front like about the big trip situation. Like that was my first time like going to Europe. Like I've done I've done Mexico 100 times, different places in Mexico. I've done like all over the
That's like me going to Hawaii. You know what I mean? So
right, exactly. But like I didn't realize like how different and how much more you actually get out of like going outside of the normal stuff that you do. And like, dude, the travel bug is real. Like we literally are already planning our next trip. We're literally about to hit Spain, Portugal, and Greece like on our next one. So like I'm going. Like I gotta go. Like I
need to do
I
that.
waited too long as it is, and like I gotta keep moving now.
I definitely need to do that. So yeah, I had a health scare. I know we talked about like literally how I was eating like an asshole, for
Literally.
like fucking months. Well, not months.
Literally.
I'd say probably a month and a half. So like,
2 months.
Yeah, about 2 months. So we talked about it on a previous episode. Like I get IV therapy pretty often. I pay for a subscription service that's off the strip, and twice a month I'll go in and get my body reset. But during that process, what they do is that they take your blood pressure. They want to make sure that your vitals are like all straight before
They're
they
not
prick
about to
you
stick a needle in. Yeah,
exactly. You know what I'm saying? They want to make sure that, hey, look, if we're gonna pump you with all these vitamins and make sure you're good, we want to make sure you're good first, just in case of anything. So I sat down, and I remember they put the arm monitor on me, and then they put also the finger monitor, and then they looked at me and they're like, hey, have you had a lot of coffee today? I was like, I did, and they're like, has your diet been like, pretty crazy? And I was like, yeah, I've been eating like a complete asshole the last like probably like month and a half, 2 months.
Total asshole.
Like, well, your blood pressure is a little elevated. I was like, really? I mean, and mind you, before all this, dude, it's been normal. It's been completely normal. They won't prick you with a needle unless like, you have vitals that show that like, yo, you're fine. You can totally handle like, the IV infusion. So it freaked me.
They won't. Unless they won't give it to you unless they know you can handle the prick. Is that what you said?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, the prick and the fluids and all that, the infusion. I mean, hey, you're getting
the prick.
Oh,
you can handle the prick.
Nah, get out of here, man. You're a prick. So yeah, it freaked me out, scared the living shit out of me, man. So I changed my diet back up, and then. I eased back up on the coffee. This is actually probably like, my second cup of coffee in the last like 2 weeks, which is crazy.
Okay, good.
I haven't been going out, I've been sleeping early. I've been, trying to get back to the gym. But I will say this, though, like my energy levels were a little off, especially about it. Like when we did our last episode, dude, I was just burnt out. I was like, the housing situation was crazy. We were moving and all this other stuff, man. And like,
Bro, you had a lot on your plate. It was like Memorial Day weekend. You were doing 2-a-days at the club. Like
it was a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and I was drinking too. That was a big thing too.
You got to know better. Like, what I mean? Like, we know we're not young anymore. We're not the same 20-year-old kids running around the club. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna put your body through that, that vigorous new routine of doing double days at the club and drinking, then something's got to give. So like, like if you're not sleeping. And then you're asking, and then again, you're eating like an asshole, which again was just fucking hilarious to me because you had just been posting nonstop fucking crazy food on your Instagram. Bro. And then a week later, you were like, something's not right. I wonder what's going on. Anybody
I was
got
getting
the ideas?
sick,
and I was
man.
like, yeah, quit fucking eating like an asshole.
Bro, like my entire body was falling apart. And it was after literally they told me, like, yo, man, you're a little off today. And I was like, all right. And so, yeah, I started like, feeling like, joint pain, and then like I was tired. And I mean, there was even a point where I was getting headaches, like, a lot. And I was like, yo, man, this is not good. This is not good. Yeah, so like, yo, I cleaned up my
body, man.
Yeah. I mean, you get one. And that's what I had to remind myself. Like, hey, you get one chance. And if you fuck it up, man, you can lose a lot, So I've
lay off the lechon, bro. Lay off the lechon. You're Filipino. You're gonna get gout.
Man. I will say this, man. I did eat a lot of Filipino food, ate a lot of Hawaiian food. But you know what, man? Like moving is stressful. You know what I mean?
For sure.
The whole house situation, and especially me not being like anchored anywhere. Like I was like literally floating around like a lost garbage bag, you know what I mean? Like it was like bad, and my mental health wasn't necessarily fully there. So I was doing things that were making me happy. I was going shopping, I was going out, and then I would eat like an asshole and just completely not care about anything. And then eventually it caught up to me. So But, I got good news. Like, I'm totally fine now. This is my second cup of coffee in about like 2.5 weeks.
Attaboy.
Yeah, I haven't drank in about like 3 weeks, Other than that, I think even moving into my house and finally having all my stuff and being anchored and, it hits different. I'm sure it did with you. When you moved into your crib, you're like, yo, I don't have to go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was unpacking, we actually got rid of like, the boxes for like everything that I owned. I was like, I don't need this. Because if I want to stay here for 10, 15 years, I can stay here for 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
But then when you're renting, like, what we did, like, in LA and San Francisco, in the Bay and wherever we live.
Even when you came to Vegas and you were hopping around from Airbnbs, like it doesn't feel like it's yours.
You have this notion like you got to get up and go at some point, but this is the first time in probably, I would say a couple of years. Because even in LA, like when you're renting, it doesn't hit you to where like, yo, I don't have to go nowhere. Because at some point, like, yo, the owner might just, literally change his mind, want to sell the house, whatever. And then all of a sudden you got to go through the process again. We're here. I got no landlord.
Nope.
I have no one to answer to other than my HOA, and the people I live with and my family, you know what I'm saying? And my new dog. We have 4 dogs in my house right now, man. 4.
Yeah, you're crazy. You are crazy.
Yeah, we went out to get a washer and dryer. Mind you, me and my significant other, we went out to go look for a washer and dryer. You had just left to Europe. And I'm getting ready for this move. I'm stressing out. I'm like, God damn, man. Like, I got to move in here and I got to spend tens and tens of thousands of dollars on everything that I've never owned. Never owned my own blinds. Never owned my own washer and dryer. I've never had to get a backyard done.
Yeah.
Never had to get a backyard done.
Buying the house is just the beginning. Like the real spending is about to kick in now.
Yeah. I have to get shelving in my garage. I got to do all that, right? So we go out to get a washer and dryer. We ended up buying the washer and dryer. We ended up going to eat off of Eastern. So if you live in Las Vegas, Eastern is like literally where all like the cool, like, mom and pop, like, restaurants are at. Our favorite sushi spot is there. It's called Sushi Hero. Incredible. Fucking amazing, man. Around the corner is this store called the Puppy Corner. And me being a dog lover, I was like, hey, you want to go look at puppies? And she was like, sure, why not? So we went in there. We literally set our eyes on one dog that's in front of the entire store. Now, this dog usually
How many dogs have they got in there?
Probably about 10, 12.
Damn, that's a lot.
But there's this one dog, I don't know what it was. It just, I just connected with it, But a dog like this, I got an American Eskimo. They go for about $3,800, $3,900 as a puppy. $3,800, $3,900, okay?
Right.
This dog was marked off to be sold for $1,000. And at first I was, I asked the worker, I was like, why is he $1,000? Like, what's wrong with him? Is he sick? Is there something, is something wrong? I mean, something I got to worry about? Like, no, he's
dogs
fine.
on clearance sale is normally not a good sign.
You know what though? But we checked out like all of his paperwork, all of his health, like, paperwork, all that stuff, all of his veterinarian stuff. And he checks out to be literally completely fine. Like, he had kennel cough for maybe 2 weeks, but he passed that. And, he's as healthy as can be. So literally we're getting to know this dog. We're in this playpen, we're playing with him and stuff like that. He's incredible. He's a cute little bastard. And, sure enough, I look over at the worker. I'm like, yo, if I swipe my card right now, how much are you going to give him to me? 4. And she's like, I'll give him to you for $800. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Deal. I walk out with a dog. Now I have 3 dogs that are mine. I'm still taking care of my mother's dog. So I have 4 dogs currently in my house. And
your brand new house at that.
And my brand new house. But you know what? It's not that bad, man. It's actually, the energy is incredible, bro. Like, it feels good. Like,
well, I was gonna say, how are the dogs adjusting to the new house?
Completely fine. They love it.
Yeah.
They love it, and I think for me, I love it. I finally have my studio. I'm not recording my radio shows or anything out of a makeshift studio. Like my mom's yoga room. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing it out of a closet in an Airbnb. I'm not doing any of those things anymore. Now I have my desk and my studio equipment and everything, my plaques and all that. I'm finally reminded of literally all the things that I've done, and then reminded of all the things that I can do all over again. So
for sure,
I'm happy at home, man. I'm very happy at home.
I'm happy for you. I know it's been a fucking journey. I know you've been waiting a long time. But
I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I'm a lot more relaxed now when I'm doing this podcast,
for sure.
And I feel like I can
process.
I feel like I can articulate better too. You
Yeah,
know?
I mean that, like I said, that housing process is crazy. It's especially when you're dealing with new development and in the climate that the economy is in, when there's labor shortages, there's material shortages, and like you're getting updates from your construction manager or the builder of your property, and they're telling you this and that. Like I went through it, and I know, man. It's so to be able to finally get that finish line, get the keys, and be like, all right, I am in. This is mine. I can
Yeah.
finally like
Oh my
just
God.
just just enjoy it all. So that's dope, man. I'm happy for you.
I mean, the caption to my Instagram post was exhaling. I
Yeah,
finally was able to exhale after
yeah,
6 months of living here. And don't get me wrong, 6 months of living here, it's pretty fucking incredible, whether you're in an Airbnb or sleep on the couch at your mom's house. But,
for sure.
when you're in your own house, God, man, it feels fucking amazing, man.
It's
It
amazing.
feels
There's no
amazing.
better feeling.
I got a quick story, though, man. Actually, on the way here to record this podcast, my superintendent called me. And it just dawned on me. My superintendent calls me and is like, "Hey, I just want to make sure that you're happy with everything. I heard you were unhappy with like the moving process and stuff and this other stuff." And I'm like, "I haven't talked to anybody. I've been so busy unpacking. I don't know what you're talking about." And it
Right.
just dawned on me that like, yo, there's somebody in that sales office that listens or watches our podcast. So they probably heard me
Oh
vent
shit.
for the last like literally like 2 months, like goddamn fucking delays and this and that. So yeah, he was kind of freaked out. He's like, "Yo, yeah, you never told me anything." But I thought about it. I was like, who the hell could have ever conveyed some type of message that I was unhappy? And then I was like, when did I say that? I did say it on the podcast that I was unhappy.
Oh shit. Well,
So
see, there you go.
somebody
Somebody.
definitely listens to this podcast. And I'll tell you right now, I'm actually fine. So, you don't have to worry about anything. We're good. If you're listening right now. So, let's move on, man. Obviously, the elephant in the room. It's not really the elephant in the room. I mean, hey, if you don't know about this, you're under a rock. But the Warriors are NBA champions for the fourth time again. How you feeling about that, Kev?
Honestly, it's I'm just so happy. For honestly, and it's obviously as fans,
Yeah.
we're invested into the team and we're invested into the players and into the community and like our other fellow fans and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But it honestly, just to see like how much it meant to like Steph and Draymond and Clay, like the original guys who literally were here when this organization was going through the transformation. As as most people know, growing up as a Warriors fan was not something that you were proud of. I mean, like we were literally the laughing stock of the NBA and
Man.
honestly in almost in all of professional sports. The Warriors were that bad.
Very
For
bad.
years, like my
Oh my
entire
God.
childhood growing up. And we had some good runs with the Run TMC era, and then the We Believe teams. But again, to like kind of see how much this meant to Steph and Draymond and Klay Thompson, obviously, who missed the last 2 seasons with the torn Achilles, the torn ACL.
Pure redemption right there, right?
Dude.
Complete
And then you got
redemption.
and then you got like the hometown stories like Juan Toscano, who's of Mexican descent, who's got a connection and is born and raised in Oakland. We got GP2, who's obviously his father has connections, Gary Payton Sr. to Oakland, and
They even have connections to here in Vegas. GP2 went to school out here.
Right. GP moved to Vegas, obviously, later in life. And, GP2 was, raised out here or whatever. So it's dope, man. Like, honestly, I was just so happy, like just like sigh of relief. Cause it's just like so many people have like kind of kicked the Warriors and said that, we can't win without KD and like your run is over, yada, yada, yada. And the Warriors fucking came in. Nobody had picked them this year. I did. I actually bet on the Warriors in October to win the fucking title. So I made a little bit of money on that.
So dinner's on you the next time that we hang out. So
done.
That's my guy.
But yeah, so like, to have all of the pundits and the talking heads and so-called experts, everybody picked Boston. I think ESPN put up their like percentages, or they do like some computer generation fucking shit.
That didn't
or whatever.
age well at all.
Yeah, 84% chance that the Celtics are gonna win. Fuck yourselves. Warriors in 6, you bum ass bitches.
Yo.
So I digress. I'm happy for the team. Parade's gonna be fucking lit. First parade for the Warriors in San Francisco. We're gonna see Steph and Draymond and Clay and the whole team, rolling down Market Street.
Mm.
And I'm just happy for the Bay Area, man. I'm happy for the fans that have been ride or die, that have been, that stuck by this team throughout all the ups and downs. And we're back on top of the mountaintop. So don't count us out, because we're going to be back next year too, you fucks.
I mean, yo, to see Curry cry the way that he did after, I don't think I've seen him weep in any like when he won any title. Like, yo, he's always been excited and
super,
like swinging at the air, but
right.
he was emotional.
Right, exactly. Like you said, it's like it was a completely different reaction that we've seen from Steph historically. Normally, when they win, he's excited, he's pumping his fist, he's screaming, he's yelling. This was different. Like that emotion just kind of came over him, and he couldn't help but break down. And you see that, and you're like, man, like these people really care about this shit, and like that made me like really like kind of I didn't cry or whatever, but I was like, damn, like I went from like feeling this just like sense of like excitement to just being like, wow, like, damn, dude, like that's so fucking dope. I'm so happy for him. So yeah, man.
I mean, fourth ring, big shout out to my guy, amazing,
bro. And big shout out to my guy, Jay Ram, the homie Jay Ram, who actually works for.
I seen him on Instagram today, actually.
Bro, I was about to say that. He
flex
the most fire fucking flex photo on Instagram fucking history. Got a picture of him and Steph posing with the trophy. So that's fucking dope, man. But yeah, it's big for the Bay Area. It's big for the Warriors. And like I said, they have the thing that's scary too about the Warriors is obviously they have the players that most people know, the Steph, the Draymonds, the Clays. Now Andrew Wiggins, obviously, as someone who has already had stature in the NBA. But what they don't know about the Warriors is the Warriors have like one of the youngest cores of young players, that this team is set up for success for not just now, but like for the next like 5-10 years.
They got a lot left in the tank,
bro. You see what Jordan Poole became. Yeah, you see what Jordan Poole became. You still got James Wiseman waiting in the wings. If you can get anything from James Wiseman, it's a bonus at this point. And then you got Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody, like just a team of athletic specimens who are now going to be put through the same system and culture as Steph Curry and Draymond and Clay, coming through the coaching circle of Steve Kerr and that nucleus core of just like Warriors like upbringing. Like it makes such a huge difference in players' development. That's why Jordan Poole Jordan Poole, like we drafted him. He went to the G League. We never thought we'd ever hear from him again. He goes down there, works on his game. He trusts the coaching. He has people like Steph and Clay and Draymond to learn from. And now look what, like, dude literally should have been the most improved player of the year.
Oh yeah,
like without a doubt. And like I said, like the sky is the limit. This team has a great mix of veterans, of young players, and I'm just excited for them to run it back again next year.
You know who I'm very excited for? I'm actually, you know what, kind of like to take a few steps back. I know you said you didn't cry. Like I actually got very emotional with this one. And part of that reason, or actually a big part of that reason, obviously we're from the Bay Area. I've been a day one Warrior fan. I remember going to Warrior games and knowing we were going to lose. I remember going to, when they were hanging out.
You went to see the other teams.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I went to go see the Warriors, but I just knew.
But I'm saying.
You went to go see LeBron and like the Heat. Right. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm talking even before that. I'm talking about like back in the day, you went to go see Michael Jordan when the Bulls came to town that one time a year. You went to go see Hakeem Olajuwon and Patrick Ewing and all of those guys like that. The Warriors weren't the main attraction.
No, it was literally a stop for all these other main attractions. But I have a strong relationship with GP2, with Gary Payton II, and I remember we both know RJ, Jizzle, E40's manager. So E40, very close with Gary Payton. I've known Big Unk for a minute. I've known, Big Unk Gary, for a long time. And I remember Jizzle hitting me up. This is when I worked at Shoe Palace back in the day. And I was doing marketing coordinating at the time. Jizzle hit me up. He was like, yo, man, I'm telling you right now that you guys need to start investing in GP2. I was like, word? He's like, bro, he's like young glove. I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. So I've been following GP2 ever since that conversation. He was still in Oregon at the time. And, I remember I had called Big Unk. I called Gary Payton up, got to sit down with him. And then I even invited Gary out to Light, It was when I first started my deal. God, it's so crazy how long ago I started that deal. But I remember Gary would come out, bring all of his friends. I would take care of them, this and that. And I eventually, through that, I built a really strong relationship with his son, with GP2. So seeing from where GP2 was getting drafted, and then obviously the numerous teams that he was playing for, the injuries and all that, and then seeing him literally hoist that trophy up, really gave me just like the chills, and I got really emotional. I know his mom, I know Gary, I know a lot of his inner circle. I've taken care of him out here in Vegas because he lives out here. But man, knowing his journey and seeing the resilience that this kid has had from being cut, from being injured, from being traded, from being sent to another team, from going back and forth to the G League, 6 years in, he's an NBA champion. I mean, it's just an incredible story, and it's an incredible journey. Like, I couldn't be more prouder. So I got really emotional when I saw literally him hoist that trophy, and especially seeing it on Instagram. So,
and the other good thing too, like, he's gonna get paid.
He's gonna get paid finally.
I hope it's by the Warriors. Like, I hope it's by the Warriors. I'm sure he would love to stay with the Warriors, but we know it's a business and things happen. But he's gonna get paid, and he deserves it, and I'm happy for him. And it's off season now. Like, obviously he's going to go through his, decompression phase. He's probably going to go on a little vacation or whatever, but we got to get him on the podcast for sure.
Oh, he's coming. He's coming. That's family right there. Another thing is, like, I don't know if you've seen that story of how, what was it? It was like, he got cut from the Warriors the first time.
Yeah.
And then literally when he got cut, he still asked Bob Myers, like, hey, like, I know I'm not on the team, but can I still work out here? Can I still be around?
Can I practice? Yeah.
Can I practice? And like, that's literally what got him back on the team and literally got him to where he's at today. Like, that's pure resilience, man. It's amazing.
That's fucking amazing. That is amazing, dude. I actually didn't know that. That's a super cool story. Yeah, that's
super
dope,
cool
man.
story. I got to send it to you, man. Maybe I'll post it on the podcast Instagram page, which we need to update as well. Are you hearing this thing about LeBron? He wants to buy a team and bring it to Vegas. Wants to bring it here to the Valley, the 702.
I know, which is honestly going to be a really tough fucking pill for me to swallow, because, like, I know obviously, like, the Golden Knights are like the Vegas born team. And again, we talked about the Sharks. They were like, we didn't adopt the Sharks, so to speak. I mean, like, I'm not going to be a fan of the Vegas team. Like, I'm a Warrior fan, you know what I mean? But
that is true.
It's going to be amazing to have an NBA team out here. Obviously, like, Vegas is booming. They got the NFL, they're rumored to get the baseball team, the A's, and, they got the WNBA and the hockey. And if they get an NBA team, like, that would be nuts. But it's going to be like bittersweet if it's fucking LeBron who does it. But yeah, the rumor, and honestly, I don't think it's going to happen, because the rumor is that the NBA wants to do 2 expansion teams. They are going to move, I think, Memphis and Oklahoma City to the Eastern Conference. And then they want to add Las Vegas and Seattle. Obviously, Seattle moved to OKC, became the OKC Thunder.
Seattle needs a team, though, man.
Seattle desers a team, man. Seattle deserves a team. And big shout out to my boy, your boy Eddie. He works for Apple Beats One. Diehard Seattle fan. Him and I go at it during football season. But that's my guy, and like, he's one of the most hardcore Supersonic fans. And they got a lot of them out there. Seattle's a great sports town. Maybe not football, but that's different. But that's
an at.
Yeah, but I mean, they deserve a team. The Sonics, got ripped away from them. So it would be dope to see them get a team. And then obviously if Vegas gets a team, that would be crazy. I don't think it's going to be LeBron who's going to do it, because I don't know, maybe he can. I mean, I don't think LeBron has many years left in the tank in terms of actually playing. Mm-hmm. And I think the NBA wants to get those 2 teams in by, I think it was like 2026, 2027. So in the next like 4 or 5 years, we could have a team out here, which would be just fucking crazy.
I mean, he can make it happen. I mean, he can literally retire and just make it happen. He's a fucking billionaire right now.
He's officially a billionaire.
A billionaire.
He's the second American-born athlete to become a billionaire behind Michael Jordan. Oddly enough, which was funny, crazy. I thought Tiger Woods would have been a billionaire by now, but he's not. He's like really close.
Well, he kind of ran into like, some troubles that probably held him back a little bit.
For sure. But Steph Curry, watch out. He's going to be next.
No, Steph Curry
got
for sure.
A lot of ventures in terms of like, endorsements and investments, and his stake in Under Armour. So Steph Curry's
Especially
probably
after
on
winning
the list.
another title, like the merch
His
propositions, the
his
Curry
stock is
brand
yeah,
is
his stock
out
is
of
through the roof
control.
for sure, for
Him and
sure. So
LeBron are like the Michael Jordan and the Michael Jordans of today. You know what I'm
no,
saying?
100%.
So
Like I give LeBron a bad rap, and honestly, I used to be a LeBron fan. Like when he first came into the league, how could you not be? It was a great fucking story. He was like the most decorated athlete, NBA wise since Michael Jordan. Ohio kid who gets drafted by his hometown team. But
story was
when
great.
he did the announcement shit on ESPN talking about I'm taking my talents to South Beach, I was like, this dude's a fucking cornball. And I haven't rocked with LeBron since. And don't get me wrong, that's on the court. Off the court, the dude is phenomenal. He's a philanthropist. He's done a lot of great things for the community. I take my hat off to him. I salute him for that. But just on the court as a competitor, like I just can't fuck with him. But he did give props to Steph Curry, and they said that he's he's cut from a different cloth, and he is one of those ones that's just like above everybody else. So like he pays homage.
No,
He
he
also
does.
did mention, I don't know if you heard this, he did mention that he wants to play for the Warriors.
Yes.
And that he wanted to
I do know
play
about
with
that.
Steph Curry.
So
And
how do you feel about that? If LeBron were to ever become a Golden State Warrior?
Well, it's never going to happen because just the financials couldn't work out.
I mean, they said Durant wasn't going to happen. A lot of people doubted me when I said Durant was going to happen.
No, I knew Durant was going to happen. But the only way that Durant could happen was because actually that season, the Warriors tried to re-sign Harrison Barnes. They tried to give Harrison Barnes a fat contract. And had Harrison Barnes accepted that contract, the KD deal would have never went down because they wouldn't have had the money to get KD. So thank you, Harrison Barnes, for being a dumbass, going to the fucking Sacramento Kings. You
Is he
will
still
never
there?
win. I don't even know. Who knows? And, no, nothing against Harrison Barnes, but I'm sure he's kicking himself in the ass for that. Left the Golden State Warriors, had won a title, and has never been heard from again. And because of that, the Warriors were able to, sign Kevin Durant on 4th of July. The anniversary is coming up for that. I remember the fucking morning that it happened. I fucking went berserk.
A lot of people thought that it was not going to happen. Romeo Reyes had a bet with me. I think he still owes me money for it. Like he was like, "Yo, Durant's not coming, man. He's not coming." I'm telling you, he's on his way. It's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
LeBron,
I don't think can make it to the Warriors. The financials just don't work out. But with that said,
what if he takes a pay cut just to kind of do it? He doesn't need the money. You know what I mean?
But
Some people
honestly,
do that.
To me, that would almost like make me like not fuck with him even more, because it's like at that point you're chasing rings, and it's like Steph Curry and LeBron are okay. So LeBron has 5, I think, and Steph has 4.
I'm not
and
sure.
LeBron,
we'll have to look that up.
LeBron has 4. He got the Lakers 1, he got 2 with the Miami Heat, and he got 1 with the Cavs or 2 with the Cavs. I can't remember.
I think he has 2 with the Lakers. Yeah, he has 2 with the Lakers.
Nah, he got 1.
Is it one?
That fucking Mickey Mouse title that they won in the bubble at fucking Orlando. We don't even count that fucking title. But
people from LA, do not crucify me because of my partner here.
They know it. They know that shit.
What do they call it? The asterisk championship?
That's the asterisk championship. That's the Mickey Mouse bubblegum fucking ring.
The fine print, like, hey, this was won in the bubble.
They want a condensed tournament at Disneyland. That's what the fuck they want. But yeah, I wouldn't.
You're cold, man. You're fucking cold, bro.
I don't
give those guys some credit, man. Like,
No, win a real title. As dope as it would be to see Steph play with LeBron, because we've seen glimpses of it in the All-Star game, which was super cool to see. I don't know. It wouldn't change my opinion of LeBron either way. Like, I'd still think it was like a fucking sucker move.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Go Dubs, though.
Yeah, go Dubs. Thank God, man. Congratulations to all the Warrior fans. Congratulations to all the haters, too. We proved you wrong. So,
we got receipts. We got receipts, people.
Here we are. Speaking of receipts, man, inflation is crazy right now. Gas prices through the roof. I'm sure you weren't too happy coming back to that, from Europe. Let me ask you this. What is something that no matter how crazy the world is right now, like how crazy inflation is and how expensive everything is around us, what's something that you'll still spend money on with no question at all?
Well, I mean, I don't know about no question at all, but I mean, and maybe this is a cop out answer, but like necessities, like gas, they
Nah,
can
no,
make
no, no, no,
they
no, no,
can
no,
make
no, no, no.
they can
There's
make gas
something.
$20.
There's something that you'll buy and be like, you know what? I gotta have that.
Honestly, I'll still always go out to restaurants, even though like the prices on that stuff, like food in general is up, but
Hmm.
restaurants obviously charge a
But a
premium.
nice dinner.
Yeah, I'll still go do nice dinners just because like, that's one of the things that I enjoy. Like I'm a hardcore foodie. And if I go to, like a steakhouse and the bone-in ribeye used to be $80 and now it's 95, swipe the fucking card, take it, god damn it. But I'm still gonna
It's
do it
worth it.
because it's worth it. It's like an experience, like there's nothing better than going out and having a nice meal and all of that. Um, I'm trying to think of like there's anything else. Like the sneakers haven't
Yeah,
really seen
sneakers.
like but they haven't really seen like any inflation prices. I mean, the
Well,
sneakers
Nike
consistently go
has
up.
has completely raised their prices like on
Have
everything.
they?
Yeah,
Hmm.
man. Yo, look at your receipts from last year and look at your receipts from this year. It's at least like $30, $40 up. At least.
I mean, but Jordan ones are still like 160, 170
No,
before
they're not. They're
tax.
like 220, bro.
Word?
Yeah. Actually, I bought you a pair for your birthday.
I know. I forgot to come get those, but I'll
Yeah,
get
it's
them
all
for me
good.
next week.
We'll figure it
Um,
out. But yeah, sneakers, like like the prices of sneakers have definitely went up.
it did. It did. Yeah, but like everything's up. Like you said, like inflation is absolutely crazy right now. And hopefully it changes because the market is really starting to the housing market specifically is really starting to see the effects. Interest rates are getting to like all-time highs, at
Yeah.
least for within like the last few years. People aren't buying houses, so now sellers, it's a terrible seller's market again because people are like not trying to pay 6-7% interest rates on their houses. So
And that's coming too, which is crazy,
we're going to see a correction at some point. Maybe this is our opportunity to maybe get back to the Bay Area. You know what I mean? Like I said, like I love Vegas. I love
Not
being
me.
there. But for me, this was
Not me,
more of
buddy.
like an investment. This was an investment opportunity for me
Nah,
to,
you're
to
not
buy a
leaving,
house
dog.
out here. Not anytime soon. I mean, like I said, I have like a 5-year plan. Like I want to be here for 5 years.
I said
And
it
then
on my radio
hopefully,
show and I shouted out all the people from the Bay Area because the 5-year plan is so common amongst
yeah,
so many people from the Bay Area. And there's a lot of people that take the 5-year plan and they're on like year 8, 9,
22. Yeah, for sure.
22,
Hey,
12.
it very well could happen. I'm just saying, like, excuse me, in a dream scenario, if I had it my way and money wasn't an option, I would love to be in the Bay Area. I mean, it's home. You know what I mean? It's family. It's everything I grew
Well,
up
my
and
family's here,
know.
so it's a little bit different now,
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Yours is different. You got family out here. I don't. I'm literally out here riding solo. Everybody's back in the
You got
Bay.
me, bro. What are you talking about?
I'm saying for sure. But I'm
You're
saying
like,
like
yeah.
I'm just saying we're gonna do Christmas and Thanksgiving together too.
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean,
Why not? Yeah, you want to come to my
uh,
house? You like Filipino food or Salvadorian food? Oh, we got
bro,
you, bro. It's
I
all
grew up in
good.
South San Francisco. Of course, I love fucking Filipino food.
Okay, come
Shout out
on
to
then, man.
shout out to
Stop
all my
fucking
homies
around. Let's go.
bro. I grew up on Sinugba, Tito Reyes. Come on, man. I already know
I
about
like how
all
you
that
say it
stuff.
with like, with the Filipino accent.
Of course. I'm
Saludba,
honorary, bro.
Tito Reyes,
I'm an honorary
like,
Filipino, man. Those are
I
my
even have
people.
an uncle.
Yeah, it's my uncle.
Oh man. Um, I always put this like, this whole entire sheet together and stuff. Like, I try to map out our show so we have like a flow of topics to talk
Right.
about. And I'm going to do this new thing called the final thought. All right. So we got about
Okay.
a good, like, I don't know, like 10, 15 minutes left or something like that. But I was
Okay.
on Instagram. Ironically, I was on Instagram and I was, just kind of like, scrolling. And then I ran on this meme about like, it was like 21 Savage or something like that. And he said like, yo, you got to be a real fucking bitch to really get upset when somebody unfollows you. And he literally acted it out. Like, yo, like, are you really going to call your friend and be like, yo, did you unfollow me? Like, let me ask you this. Do you get upset when somebody unfollows you or are there
I don't
tiers
know.
to it? You know what I
No.
mean?
Yeah. I think it's obviously tier. It depends. Like if it's like, someone that you like thought you were friends with or whatever. But I mean, it's at the end of the day, like it's social media. Like I don't take that
It's
shit
not real.
seriously. No, I mean, but I'm the king of like doing that too. Like, you know what I mean? Especially with like, and this is gonna sound fucked up, but like, especially with like girls. it's like if I see a girl's like got a boyfriend or she gets pregnant, bye. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
We'd like to
unfollow,
announce that me and so and so just got engaged. Unfollow.
Congratulations.
Boop.
Best of fucking luck to you. Enjoy this and follow button. You know what I mean? But like, no, I mean, like, I don't know. It's petty, I guess. But no, I don't know. I mean, it's yeah, I guess it's just like sometimes like if you think like somebody's like cool with you and like your friends or whatever, and they unfollow you, maybe like, oh, okay, like what happened? But yeah, it's nothing to fucking get bent out of shape about. Like if you saw that person, like, are you gonna say it? Are you gonna be like, yo, man, like you unfollowed me, like what happened? Like, no,
I've said it in
care.
the past. You know what I'm saying? I've said it in the past, and I think I used to get upset. But then now I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm just at this point in my life where it's like, all right, social media is what it is. It's not real. It's just a highlight reel. You don't get to see like the realness of like what somebody goes through, you know? Like no one sees like, you know, the shit that I go through. No one's like, you know, seeing like, you know, the arguments I'm having, like, you know, with like with X, Y, and Z, or like, you know, the struggles that I went through moving into my house and the delays. I'm not posting about that. It's like, yo, no one wants to see that shit. So it's like, for me, it's like nowadays I look at it like, all right, social media is not real. It's not reality. It's not. It's augmented. No. You know what I mean? But back in the day, I did used to actually probably bring it up, but I used to have tears to it. If it was somebody that I seen like damn near every fucking day, and like, you know, I found out that they unfollowed me or just like, you know, just secretly checked or whatever, I'd be like, yo, man, I see you every day. Is something wrong? Like, yo, are we good? You know what I mean? Like there's got to be a reason why, you know, you just don't want to fuck with me, you know? But
yeah, see, that would be weird. Like you said, there's got to be tears to it. Like if it's somebody that like, you know, we're just social media friends, like we have friends that we just kind of know through social media, you know, then whatever. But like, yeah, if it's like people that, like if it's like your actual friends that did it, I mean, then yeah, I guess you would. But
what would you do if Big Von unfollowed you? What would you do if Big Von unfollowed you right now?
I'd probably just call him and cuss him out. He's literally.
Hey, bro,
texting me right now too. Funny you said
you
that.
Fucking you'd be like, yo, you fucking for real right now? Like,
but see, like that wouldn't happen. You know? So it's like it's hard. But of course, like I'd feel some type of way.
But in some situations, it does happen with other people. So
yeah, see, that's weird. Like I don't know, and unless they like just delete their social media and then like you know, that's different. I mean,
but you know, it's like sometimes I think about it, or not sometimes, but you know, when I think about this situation and stuff, like, you know, for you to get unfollowed or something like that, like you got to be really like doing something really fucking like out of pocket, you know, for someone that just does not want to see or digest anything that you do. Like, you know, you really got to be out of pocket because there's a lot of shit going on in the world right now that we try to avoid. I mean, there's inflation, there's like wars, there's, you know, civil unrest, there's school shootings and stuff like that. So for you to, and I'm not comparing the things, you know, or saying that they're at the same magnitude, but, you know, for someone to literally like, you know, to disrupt someone's energy like that, like, yo, you got to be really out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, maybe the unfollow is probably well-deserved if that happens.
Something must have happened for sure. I think the only equivalent to like something that you might get upset about, and I don't even know if you want to say upset, is be like, because like I said, your best friends, your friends that you're like, you know, you've known for years, like they're not going to unfollow you. That's just not going to happen. No. But like when you see,
but it has happened before though.
Well, okay, but I'm saying, but like maybe when you see like, you know, like they don't like maybe like your photos or whatever, but you see them liking a fucking celebrity's photo or whatever. Like you like really, you fucking dickhead. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's some stuff where you're like, you might think about it like, oh, dude, that's fucked up. But I don't know. Again, it's social media. I try not to take the shit too seriously.
Yeah, social media is not meant to be taken seriously, man. So, yo, if you're listening or you're watching this right now, please, yo, I mean, you don't need it. It's not reality. Don't fall for the gambit, you know? Yo,
if you are on social media, you can follow the Hotbox podcast on Twitter, on Instagram. There you go. Hit it.
Hit what?
No, sorry. I thought you were gonna hit it like say the Instagram side.
No. You said I said you beat me to it. You already got it done. So
no, I was just gonna say, yeah. You know, make sure you follow us on all the social media at the Hotbox _pod. Make sure you guys are subscribing on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. You know,
Amazon
liking
Music,
on the
everything.
Amazon
YouTube.
Music. We appreciate everybody that's checking out the YouTube, that's liked and subscribed and comments. Anybody who comments, E-Rock or I are going to jump in there and probably respond back to you. You obviously can hit us on social media. directly or whatever. If you guys got, podcast topics that you want us to talk about. Still looking for a good fucking burrito in Vegas. It doesn't exist.
No.
So still taking fucking suggestions for that.
I got a text message today from Romeo Reyes, and he said, like, yo, even the Mission burritos, and I don't know if he's gotten the wrong burritos in Mexico, but he's like, yo, even the Mission burritos, the burritos in the Mission District are better than the ones in Mexico. Do you think that's true?
Well, it's two different things. Burritos in Mexico are nothing but a tortilla with like meat in them.
Yeah.
Like the original burrito was literally a flour tortilla with like just meat in it, or maybe like a little bit of beans. It wasn't until it came to Mission where we were like, nah, fuck that. We want rice. We want beans. We want meat. We want sour cream. We want cheese. We want guacamole.
We're going to make this a San Francisco thing. Let's go.
Right. That's the Mission style burrito doesn't. But it's not. It's an Americanized thing, you know what I mean? It's like
100%.
It's not a Mexican dish. It's literally an Americanized thing that obviously has Mexican roots and came from the influence of Mexican cuisine. But it's our thing, like that. That's why you can't get it anywhere else other than the Mission in San Francisco. It's a Bay Area, and obviously the Bay Area too. But like South San Francisco, where I grew up at, has some of the fucking most phenomenal taquerias ever. I mean, even people in the city go drive all the way to Grand Avenue to go rock with a Tapatia, La Morena. We got tons of spots out in South City. So I'm spoiled. We're all spoiled. If you grew up in the Bay Area, there's nothing better than a Mission style burrito.
For sure. With that being said, every single Tuesday, or you know what, I'm gonna get better at the scheduling. Maybe I don't need to, eat
it's
like
not
an
just
asshole and fucking, get health scares. Maybe I didn't need to get another dog. I mean, a lot of things that just kind of got in the way and stuff like that. But we're working on it. We'll get back honestly, to normal and back to schedule.
Sure.
So
I was gonna say we've been very consistent. I believe, obviously, the last couple of weeks. Throw that out the window. I've been traveling. E-Rock's been on the move, but I'm home now. No real big trips on the horizon as of right now. So yeah, make sure you stay connected. Make sure you check us out. Again, we're going to be as consistent as we can. New episodes dropping every Tuesday, hopefully. And again, we appreciate everybody's positive feedback. Everybody that's commented and shown love. And again, we're gonna keep rocking until the wheels fall off. So stay with us.
100%. Also, I forgot to talk about this, man. We have a new toll-free hotline that people can call and make comments, and we're actually setting that up right now. But it is 888. What is the number? I'll save it for another episode.
Mike Jones.
Yeah, but it is an 888 number that you're going to be able to call in and even voice your opinions. Like maybe you don't want to hit us on Instagram. Maybe you want to call in and leave us a voicemail. So we'll have that feedback line up real soon. With that being said, hope to see you again soon. Obviously, you're just getting back in the country and I've been around a lot of fucking people. So, we'll wait a couple of days and just be a little safe. And we'll be back in studio quicker than you know it.
See you next week, my brother.
See you next Tuesday.
I can't say what I want to say.
Nah, don't say it. Don't say it. We got very important people that we're going to talk to in the next 7 days. So, all right, y'all. That's I can't even talk anymore. Shit. All right, y'all. Okay. We out. It's the Hot Box Podcast. E-Rock Box.
Peace.
Peace.